US stocks are lower as another week begins on the heels of 6 straight weekly losses for the S&P 500. Conviction towards the equity markets remains hamstrung by a plethora of concerns, chief among them being an aggressive Fed tightening campaign and persistently elevated inflation pressures. Concerns about slowing economic growth also has weighed on sentiment, and the markets are digesting softer than expected April retail sales and industrial production out of China, and an unexpected drop in the contraction territory for New York manufacturing output in May. Okay, so in M&A news, or rather M&A news is dominating the headlines, with JetBlue launching a hostile takeover of Spirit Airlines and Khalid Group agreeing to acquire Mantech International in a transaction with a total enterprise value of $4.2 billion. Treasuries are higher to cool off the recent jump in yields, and the US dollar is little changed after rallying to 20-year highs. Crude oil and gold prices are gaining ground. Asia finished mixed, with China dipping on the data, and Europe is also diverging amid the host of headwinds, while the ongoing war in Ukraine is exacerbating the skittishness. So we move on straight away to INDO Stock. Okay, Indonesia Energy has gained 20%. Okay, it has cooled off from the highs of this session of $18.49, now at $16.55. We indicated earlier on that I think oil, definitely oil must have gained. That's what we indicated here. Yes, crude oil, okay, gaining grounds. Yes, crude oil and gold prices gaining ground. Okay, so we can even see what it's saying down there. It says WTI is rising $0.84 at $111.33. Brent crude is at $111.94. So yes, let's see whether we can get any news. No news as such for INDO. Okay, 3 million shares have crossed the tape. It's not optionable. It's not optionable. It's trading at $16.54. Okay, let's see where it's right now, whether there are any supports, whether there are any support levels there. That there should be. Let's look at the daily chart and see. Okay, where it is right now, it's actually facing some resistance. Actually, the average where it is right now is also where its volume weighted average price lies as well. So you can pretty much call that the resistance. Just slightly above that is the 20-day moving average as well. So INDO is on the move, gained 19.38%. So let's look at SOFI. Okay, up 22.81%. Okay, the folks at Schaefer's Investment Research have this piece. It says that shares of SOFI, okay, up 2.8% or thereabouts. Is that what we saw? It's up 2.69%. Yes. After the fintech, the fintech company received an upgrade from Piper Sandler to overweight from neutral, though the company also came in with a price target cut to $10 from $12. Piper Sandler said sped up deposit growth could help the equity, adding the approaching end to the student loan moratorium, and the jump in financial services revenue could also create tailwinds. Piper Sandler joins a pretty optimistic brokerage bunch heading into today. 7 of the 11 in coverage called SOFI strong buy, with a single sell to be seen. plus the 12-month consensus price target of $11.27 is a 57.2% premium to Friday's close. SOFI is coming off its second straight week of gains and has already added 10.3% in May. However, it's still at a 57.3% decline deficit for the year, as it attempts to distance itself from its May 10 record low of $4.82. Okay. On the other hand, today's pop could help the stock find its footing at the 30-day moving average, a trend line it struggled with since November 2021. Okay, let's see whether we can see that. Can we see that? Okay, let's see whether we don't have a 50-day moving average, and but we might get a fair idea of what that is from the chart. Let's look at the daily chart and see where we're talking about here. Okay, so it is saying here that so it says SOFI. However, it's okay, could help the stock find its footing at the 30-day moving average. The trend line has struggled to surpass since November 2021. 30-day moving average. Okay, November is all the way back to here. So okay, so okay, that's also where the 50-day moving average lies as well. Okay, so I'd say that as of November, okay, as of November it was okay, what we can see is that in November it was pretty much okay, at some point in November it was below its 50-day moving average. Okay, so let's not waste our time looking at that. So in any case, in response to the bull note, SOFI technology stock options are bustling with activity. So far, 55,000 calls and 22,000 puts have been exchanged, which is double the intraday average. The most popular contract is the May 750 put, followed by the $8 calls in the same monthly series, with positions being open bought to open at both. Okay, let's quickly dive into that and see, but before that, let's bring it down back to the 1-minute chart. So the gain, it has added some gain now, 3.67%. so let's look at those options. This is the $3, the 750, okay, $8 calls, I think. $8 calls, yes. Okay, that's true. Okay, well, the 750 has actually the volume has increased. As a matter of fact, the open interest for the okay, well, the volume, yes, the volume for the 8, it has since the 750 has since taken over in terms of volume for this session. But open interest, it is way up there for the $7 calls and the $6.50 calls. So let's look at the puts and see the $8 calls, 750 puts. Okay, actually things have since moved on. It's now the $7 puts that has gained the most volume in this session, but the 6.5 puts have the most open interest. Okay, so moving on to the next one, that will be AGRI. AGRI, Force Growing Systems, up 49.1%. The stock is the price itself is now between its 10 and 20-minute moving average on this daily chart, and in this session it's obviously having gained 47.9%, is strongly bullish, but momentum is waning. RSI is just got support somewhere just at the $50 mark, so indicating that even though it's it's also waning, but buyers are still in charge of the proceedings at the moment. So let's see whether there's any news. Let's see whether there's any news for AGRI. No news as such. Okay, it's just extending Friday gains, Friday the 13th of May gains. Okay, this is definitely one of the most active stocks. It's a penny stock, optionable, 70.154 million shares have crossed the tape so far. Okay, let's see the top movers for AGRI. Okay, on the call side, we have the 20th of May $3 calls. No, 20th of May, well, things have changed now suddenly. Okay, the biggest gainer is the 20th of May $3 calls. It's gained 1.7% on a volume of 4,342. Okay, AGRI on the move. The gain is it has lost some of those gains just as we're recording this. Okay, so we'll just move on. Okay, right now that's why we had that. It has plunged below all of its moving averages on this daily chart. Now at just got support there at $2.3. Something must have happened somewhere. Okay, let's see whether we can come up with a target based on what has just happened now. Taking this let's take this price of $2.46 and $2.46 and 2.27. We have a difference of 0.19 multiplied by our favorite Fibonacci extension, 2.618, and then you add that to the current price of 2.76. Has it gotten there in this session? $2.76. I think so far it hasn't gotten there. So our target is 2.76 for AGRI. Okay, let's move on to the next one. DTST. Okay, DTST. Okay, we are data storage up roughly 39%. Okay, it has cooled off from the highs it had. It ran up again of 59% or 56% just at the open of the session, and I think its earnings outcomes were better than expected. So it's currently getting some resistance from its 10-minute moving average, and the next resistance will be its 15-minute moving average. Like you see here, earnings flash. Storage posts Q1 revenue of $8.7 million. DTST is not optionable. Okay, so move on to the next one, HARP. HARP. Harpoon Therapeutics up 33.08%, strongly bullish and extending. Just spiked right now, and spiked to $2.68 now. Definitely was in a move in the pre-market session. Let's see what the news is for HARP. Rising bullishly. Okay, Wedbush upgrades Harpoon Therapeutics to outperform from neutral on valuation. Lifts price target to $7 from $5. Okay, let's see whether it's optionable and get the volumes as well. It's optionable. Volume is 688,000, roughly, approximately 690,000 shares. Okay, it's spiking and extending bullishly. You can see momentum has just remained relentless for some time now. Okay, we are facing some interesting situation here. Let's see whether we can get a target for HARP. Harpoon Therapeutics. Let's see whether we can get a target for it. So this is the highest it has extended so far in this session. Okay, it's cooled off now. Cooling off again. Cooling off. Okay, let's take this target of this high of 2.73, and I think I saw 2.6. Now there's a difference of 0.16 multiplied by 2.618, then add that to 2.71. We have the target of 3.124 Harpoon. Will it get there? That's quite ambitious. It may not get there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. PLSE, Pulse Bioscience. Okay, Pulse has gained 30%. Strongly bullish, relentlessly bullish. In fact, it hasn't fallen below its it has only fallen below its 50-minute moving average for some time, just once for some time now. You can see that momentum is very strong here. RSI is also indicating strength as well. What was the news? What is the news? There isn't any news. Is it optionable? Let's see. Optionable. Penny stock. Volume is only 276,000. Okay, let's see whether we can come up with any target. So let's use this 2.17 and 2. 2.17 on 2.13 will give us a difference of 0.04 multiplied by 2.618. Add that to 2.21. We have a target of 2.31. Is that possible? Yeah, very much. 2.31 for Pulse. Okay, so I'll continue to update you. Thank you all very much for watching this video.